If you're burned out in your job, why not do what you love? Start a senior care business, even with zero healthcare or business experience. If you're in your 40s or 50s, exhausted from a career that once made sense, and quietly wondering whether you can or should build something of your own, I want to talk to you honestly for a few minutes. Not to motivate you, not to sell you anything, but to help you think clearly at a moment when everything feels uncertain. Because for women at this stage of life, the idea of starting a business doesn't feel exciting. It feels risky, overwhelming, and maybe even a little irresponsible. And that reaction makes complete sense. I'm Vicky McGrath, owner of Here to Help Home Care Services, and I started my senior care business at 45 years old with no healthcare or business experience. I was let go from my high-paid senior leadership government job, and the only thing I had going for me was my personal experience with my mom's death from Alzheimer's disease and my dad's struggle as her primary caregiver. In this video, I want you to see that you are good enough, experienced enough, and capable of starting your own senior care business at midlife. A lot of women I speak to didn't hate their careers at first. They were capable. They enjoyed their colleagues. They felt respected. They enjoyed the job that they were doing. They did what they were supposed to do. But somewhere along the way, their priorities changed. The meaning thinned out, and the security they were promised maybe disappeared. And when burnout sets in at this stage of your life, it's different than in your 20s or 30s. You're not just tired, you're tired and responsible. You might have aging parents, teenagers, or children who still need you, a mortgage, health consideration, real stakes. So when people online say things like, just take the leap, it doesn't land as inspiring at this point. It lands as out of touch. Still, despite the fear, a thought starts to surface. I can't keep doing this forever. And right behind it, there has to be another way. Not a fantasy, not a hustle, but a way to earn a living that doesn't require betraying your nervous system. That's usually when women start quietly researching business ownership, often late at night without telling anyone. And if that's you, here's something important to understand. Not every business is appropriate for this season of life, and choosing the wrong one can make things worse, not better. So today, I want to specifically talk about senior care as a business option, what it actually requires, who it's for, and who it's not. Because this is an industry many women are drawn to emotionally, but few are prepared for practically, and clarity matters. If you're over 40 and considering a senior care business, it's crucial to understand what you're stepping into. It's not just a job, and it's not simply helping people. It's actually a leadership role. It demands you be the face of your business, that you have emotional intelligence, that you're able to provide strong boundaries in your personal life and your business life, and a structured professional approach. It can be meaningful, and it can offer flexibility, but it's not passive, and it's not casual. Many women are drawn to this field because of personal experience, like myself with my mom. They've helped an aging parent navigate medical appointments. They've coordinated care after a fall or diagnosis. They've felt firsthand how fragmented and confusing the healthcare system can be. And often they think, somehow, shouldn't this be better? And that instinct is valid. That was my instinct. There must be a better way. But instinct alone was not enough for me, because turning care into a business requires a shift from helper, caregiver, to leader. So if you choose this path, you will need systems. You will need processes for intakes, scheduling, communications with caregivers, clients, and compliance. You'll need to hire, and that means interviewing, training, setting expectations, and sometimes letting people go. You will be responsible not only for your clients, but for your employees, who you will depend on for your structure and clarity. This is not something you try on the side. And if you're looking for something now that is low commitment, this probably isn't the right fit. And saying that out loud is important, because one of the most important things you can do for yourself and for the people you would serve is to be honest about your capacity. This business asks for presence, judgment consistently, not perfection, but responsibility. Now, here's the part many women don't expect. For the right person, this business doesn't demand reinvention. It actually rewards experience. So if you've already spent decades managing people, navigating conflict, making decisions under pressure, advocating for others, organizing complex situations, you're not behind. You are well equipped. In fact, many of the skills that go unnoticed or undervalued in corporate environments become essential here. Your calm matters. Your discernment matters. Your ability to communicate clearly matters. And unlike many business models, senior care is rooted in real, ongoing human need. This demand is not trendy. It's demographic. That doesn't make it easy, but it makes it stable and gives it a lot of security for the future. For women who want ownership without chaos, structure without bureaucracy, and work that feels aligned with their values and maturity, senior care can make sense. And I want to be clear about something. This isn't about starting over. It's starting from where you are, with the clarity you now have, with the boundaries you've earned and learned, with the wisdom that comes from living. Now, you might be wondering, don't you need a healthcare background to start a senior care business? And that's probably the most common myth. But you don't provide the care. You build and run the business and hire other people who already have the skills. Another thing I get asked is senior care basically just a job where you're on call all the time? And that could be true if you built it that way. A poorly structured business can feel like a job, whereas a well-structured one runs on processes and systems and step by step. You can operate remotely. You don't have to have an office. You don't provide the care, but it is still something that you need to be there for in your life. And another question I'm asked, is there really that much demand for private senior care? Yes, and it's only accelerating. North America is projecting 20 to 25% of the population will be seniors in the next 20 years. Seniors want to stay at home. Families are overwhelmed, and this service fills a massive gap the public system can't. A senior care business is not for everyone, but if you are burned out, capable, and ready to build something else, something that benefits from who you are now, it may be worth considering. Not as an escape, not as a gamble, not as a trend, but as a deliberate, thoughtful next chapter. And if you're beginning to explore what's possible, that's enough for today. Clarity comes one conversation at a time.